God ultimately knows what's on the other side of that door. And so, though that can be our prayer, and I pray that way, Lord, would you open a door and close the door? And there's times where I'm like, Lord, I think this would be a really good door for me. And it may be, but it also may be that God says, no, that's not. Because you don't see what's on the other side of that. And so what does God do? Then he closes that door. And it's not that he closes it on you. I think we need to frame it this way. He closes it for you. Because he has something better for you. Something else for you. And I've been there. When the Lord has closed the door, initially I thought, you closed it on me. And I didn't like it. Not in my notes, but I'll just share real quick. So some of you guys know, long time ago, when Jesus was a small boy, when I worked for Nike some years ago. And I loved working for Nike at the time. Good pay, great benefits, free Nike product. My brother was always trying to get shoes from me. And so I got to be the operations manager for their retail division. And I loved the job. And I got to write my own schedule. And long story short, I was invited to apply to this different position, kind of a tech rep position, which then allowed me to travel all over, and I could just work from home. And I thought, yes, Lord. And I was a believer at the time. I was involved in ministry. I was the children's ministry pastor. This is back in California. And I thought, this would be the perfect job for me, Lord. I could be home with my family. I could serve you, and I convinced the Lord. I thought I had a great argument and presentation to Jesus about why I should get this job. And I even thought I was a shoo-in. All right, just make sure you're awake. Just make sure. Well, long story short, the Lord's like, no. And he closed that door. And I was upset, and I was confused, and I didn't understand. Not in the moment. And it would be maybe a couple months later where things began to adjust, and I'd get a phone call from someone in Okinawa, and anyways, long story short, God closed that door, and then within 5 months later, a door to Okinawa opened, and we felt like that was the Lord. And so then we moved here, February of 2001. 6 bags, 2 kids, fear and trepidation and faith. Sorry, Lord. And I kept a couple Nikes.